What's good on me? I'm 93. You feel me? This is the SOUCAST, the Soul Podcast, if you will. You feel me? We got some good guests. It's March 23rd, 2023. You feel me? We locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom. So I did that.
Oh,
I threw that. That was always the point. Like I dropped the nigga. You called me maybe like 2 years ago. I was just having to be in the studio. And then you just did that shit. But I just have had it. And when I was putting my project together, I had stumbled upon that shit. And I was like, oh, shit.
man, that came together. I ain't gonna lie, I like that.
You like that?
Yeah. You
Appreciate
did
that,
man. It's all love. Appreciate that.
My mama, I got another song I shouted you out to on my project also. For all y'all that don't know, you feel me? That was my last project. Neo Hyphy, that I put out last year around April last year. I mean, not April last year, around like October of last year. Probably the last project I'm probably gonna put out for a while. No, I want to do just more so. I kind of want to just beat their ass with singles and shit, and like videos and shit. Kind of at a different place in my life. But how did that make you feel, bro? Listening and hearing that.
Honestly, forgot I even did that because I done did so many little things like that. But it made me feel good. It made me feel loved, respected, welcomed. The whole 9 yards, man. It made me feel motivated now. Now I'm even like, okay, now I gotta make sure I keep climbing.
Oh God.
So I got really people looking, making sure that I stay motivated and headed towards the top.
Yeah, on my mama. For all y'all that don't know, this is my brother TK right here. This is my brother I've been fucking with for a while. You know, something been messing with for a while. For y'all that don't know, this is the first time I'm seeing him. He's home from doing some time. And this is the first time I'm seeing him in years. I don't know. Honestly, I can't even remember. It was probably like at a party or downtown at a club or something. I don't know exactly when the last time I remember seeing you.
It's been a minute, though.
It's been a minute.
Thank you.
Definitely been a minute, but you feel me? So I want to welcome you home, and I kind of was like, oh, this perfect time. Oh, I'm finna play. And when he was talking about the little Bluetooth joint on for the podcast, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just play real quick. You know, my mom.
It came together.
Yeah, bro. For all y'all that don't know, this is also my brother DayDay right here. Well, actually, we got two DayDays in the building, day one and day two. You know what I'm saying? This is day one, this is day two. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother DayDay. And this is DayDay too. You can introduce yourself. I'm gonna give both of you guys time to introduce yourself and who you guys are. You know what I'm saying? Introduce yourself.
Yeah, DayDay. Dave. I'm born David.
But right.
Born in Stockton, raised in Oakland. Grew up in Atlanta for a little bit. I've been out here since about 08. So
yeah,
you know.
My mama, did you travel a lot like while you were as a kid, or you just like a bounce around place, or did you stay in these places for a while?
Nah, man. My mom drove around a lot. Like we got family everywhere, so she was big on family back in the 90s. So.
Yeah, oh God, like that is a person that I look at him so more like a big homie. There's a handful of people that I know, you and DeMar included, like, or people who I like.
Shout out to DC.
Shout out to DC, like people who I look at as like big older homies and stuff like that I gain knowledge from, and who I can always have a dope ass conversation with, and just like
straight up, like,
you know what I'm saying, like we can just politic on some shit about random, like anything, literally, and it be cool, and we just, you feel me, whether we agree or disagree or whatever, it's always
love.
Yeah. Give the people a little intro about yourself, DK, about what you who you are, who you've become, where you've been, you know what I'm saying, where you see yourself going.
I go by the name of TK. I'm from Sacramento, California. I just came home from doing some time. Totally a different person, in the right direction this time around. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of time to self-reflect and get my internal issues solved out and worked out. So I'm definitely grateful for the experience. You know, you can always take some good out of the bad, no matter what. And so that's what I did. I'm just happy to be home and ready to move forward. I make beats. entrepreneur. I got business things going on. I learned how to code. I'm a web developer as well. And so I just plan on giving back to the community and being a productive member of society from here on out.
Right, man. And for real, I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate you you being here. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you're here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Me, just the first hug that I gave this nigga outside, it just felt hella good. I was like, yeah, it felt real. Like he called me, or no, he texted me, and I was like, first, I ain't gonna lie, when you texted me, he was like, brother, I'm like, I'm trying to remember before I even text back. I was like, who be calling me, brother? I'm finna just who, you know what I'm saying? Who's, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then when we said STK, I was like, yes, you feel me? I knew he was supposed to be. I knew he was coming home, so I immediately called you. I was like, bruh, I needed to see. And I'm like, because to be real with you, keep it solid. Look at the people who've been impersonating you for years, nigga, on Instagram. I swear to God, bro. Like I at least 10 times people who have reached out to me, been on behalf of you on Instagram, trying to get the Cash App and all the extra shit. I'm like, bro.
Man, I feel bad, man. It's like every day I've been getting phone calls about stories like that. It's like it's really kind of sad actually that people were doing that, man.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. Last week, it was the first time it happened to me. And somebody hit me up and said that somebody that they know, or somebody that I think the person knew me or something like. I don't know why they didn't just reach out to me, but anyways, they reached out to somebody else I know. And he sent me a screenshot of what they were saying. And it was a screenshot. It was a picture of the girl. She was like, you know, she wrote out that, like, if he knew me asking questions, like, and asked if I was in federal prison and shit. And then I'm just like, nah, brother. I'm like, that's nothing up. And then, they said 9-3 Torrance won. Like, but mine's is 9-3 Torrance, but somebody made the profile 9-3 Torrance with the 1 at the end. I'm like, oh, they trying. I'm like, oh, I'm doing something good now. Oh God, I'm like, they paying attention. Like, oh God,
yeah,
I'm finna get on now. You know, I'm being impersonated. You feel me?
Man,
nah, but it happens to everybody. People. The crazy thing is, but I ain't gonna lie. I be keeping it real with people too. I be like, bro, people get mad and shit like that. I be like, bro, look, scammers. That's their job, is to scam. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate that people feel the need that they have to do things like that.
And shit like your whole friends list,
bro. Everything.
Be anybody.
Yeah,
bro. For real, that's crazy. Do you guys remember a time though, because everybody does things for reasons and shit like that. Like, there might be a nigga out here scamming some shit, but he really trying to take care of his family or something like that. Like, what do you guys think about that?
I mean, I don't judge nobody, but I don't condone it.
Yeah,
it's much easier to work. I mean, it ain't easier to work, but that's good money every week.
All right. Oh God. So for
about your family, you gonna work for that money.
No, for real. And I think I was just having a conversation with my girlfriend today too, like, or not today, but like, in the last couple of days or something like that. But just about how you look at people for what they do, and then you damn near you see the success or the things that they have and the thing that they gain from doing the things that they've done, and you always look at it and be like, damn, I could damn near be doing that shit too. Like, if that person doing that shit, that guy's I could do that shit too on my mama.
Yeah,
like, you feel me? You're trying to cut this corner real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
I mean, not saying you can't have your side pieces, but you always want a solid foundation though.
Right, facts. No, that's 100% facts. And I'm always tell somebody to do what's right rather than what's easy. What's more difficult is actually getting up every day and actually knowing that you have to go outside and go to work for it. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that people who live the certain lives that they do live aren't going out and working for what they got, but there's a thing about there's just right, and I believe that there's right and wrong. There's good and bad. I feel like everybody knows when they're doing right and then they're doing wrong, and they're good or bad. I think people just justify it for whatever reasons that they have to do it and shit like that. But you still always have that choice to make, to, you know what I'm saying?
Legitimize.
Yeah, to
as
do.
A man.
Yeah, right, as a man, to stand, because at some point you're gonna have to stand up and answer for that, whether it be here on earth, in the courtroom, to your family, to God. At some point, you're gonna have to answer to God also, And
you know what what I realized though as I got older was this money has to be accounted for. So
Yeah.
like, when people look at you and see who you are, that shit has to add up somewhere.
Yeah.
Just eventually, I didn't think about that till I got older, but that shit gonna have to add up.
No, it is going to.
Legitimately, if you want to really be something.
Yeah. You have to put in that work, and you have to realize that work is
Somebody gonna go through them books.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Somewhere.
Right. And you can't take no corners. And now especially with the internet and everything on the internet, everybody know your business, everybody got receipts now and shit. But I do want to ask or for the audience and people that are on the show that are listening and don't know much about the show. The show is called the SOUCAST, the Soul Podcast. It's a platform I put together to bring together a community of people and of like-minded individuals at one platform that they all can get abundance of information and abundance of true understanding and different different views, different topics, and just a whole bunch of information. It's this platform is still building, so I have a general idea of what I kind of want this place to be for people. But eventually, things are gonna change. I'm gonna try different motives. We're gonna maybe try different locations and things like that, and it's gonna I'm trying to bring a different vibe, and that vibe is gonna form, and that energy is cool. Right. You feel me? That energy is gonna manifest into something different. Like I can't explain the energy that I feel to everybody. Like this is just me trying to give you a visual representation of what I feel in my body, and my soul. And my soul, the soul part of my SOULcast is it's not SOUL, it's SOU, stands for the seldom observed and understood. And everybody that come on this platform, I feel like represents that that motto, or not even like a motto, just that being, they're seldom observed and understood. I'm sure all of us at some point, whether it be as a child with our family, or out in the workforce, or in your career, or whatever, it's in life in general, that you feel like you have value that some people just don't see, because value is in today's society is measured on what you have and the things that you buy and the people that you have around you and the women and the men and the money and all that. But most of the time, the value that I bring to people and the value that they see from me isn't felt until I get to open my mouth and talk to people, because I'm a very humble man. I don't have much, but I do have my mind and my abilities and capabilities and stuff. But I'm not one to. I can handle attention, but I'm not one to go and seek for it. So you're not really going to see the value in me like that, like until you sit down and really have a conversation with me. So I felt like putting the platform together, bringing people on who feel the same with me, and rocking it down. You feel me? Nah. So today we're gonna today I want to touch on how like our values have changed. I want to ask TK, bro, how has your values changed as a man, grown from as a kid, adolescence to teenager to maybe you don't have to break it down all the way into its individual parts and stuff like that as in your years, but just talking it's just who you are. Like, tell us about your values and how they've changed, and whether it's for the best, whether for the better or for the worse, or all that.
I could really just sum it up basically to one simple thing, man. Just transitioning from valuing materialistic things to valuing relationships with human beings.
Yeah.
That is like the most important thing to me now.
Yes, relationships. Yes, and to be able to have a human connection with somebody and a human experience.
Yeah, I have learned that that's everything now.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you have that solid relationship and that solid foundation with the people around you, everything else just comes.
Yeah. Did you have like my bad to cut you off, but did you have like a moment that you can remember that you was like, okay, that's the realization that you need those human connections and stuff like that?
Yeah, that's a good question. Actually, when I was in prison, that's when I came to that realization. When certain people start reaching out to me, people that I haven't talked to in a long time, but they've always been good people, but I never gave them like enough time that they deserved.
Yeah.
And so that's when the light bulb came on. Like, hold on, these are the people that really care about me.
Yeah.
So I need to go back there and repair those relationships and
Yeah.
grab those people and move forward with them.
Okay.
And so then I just started living my life like that. Even inside, I started valuing my relationships with people inside, man, because there's some good people in there. There's really some good-hearted people
Yes.
that's down right now. And I miss them every day. So I started valuing them as well. And so that was definitely one big point that I knew that from here on out, I was going to value relationships over everything else.
What about you, brother?
I mean, I believe in God. I keep God first.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like God, the spirit, he ain't a man. I feel like it's a spirit that we all have a chunk of it, and it's the love. So I feel like when you sit back and meditate and positive things happen, thoughts happen, you just act on it.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like we all got that good consciousness, and as long as we work on it for the better of our relationships, y'all be all right.
Yeah, I am. Everything, really, I think everything does fall down to relationships because for me, like I value family a lot, and those relationships, like so those are just a kind of relationship, what I'm saying, that I have with my mother, my father, and my sister, and my brother, and I can say I can't say I can look up like and think back to my younger years, and I can't. There was times where I was cocky. There was times where I was pretty arrogant. There was times when I was just self. Just also all that mattered was self. You know what I'm saying? And even more so, like right now, today I'm reaching or a page is turning in my chapter. In my book, like literally as we speak, I'm in a transitional period. I'm gonna be transitioning, even relocating and things like that too. So, but I've realized that in those, every time the chapter changes, like I grow stronger. You know what I'm saying? And I grow closer to people whom I take I would say maybe I not take advantage of, but not appreciate it as much, because I definitely can say that there was times where I didn't appreciate like my family as much as I should have, and there were times when I really needed them and they were still there. You feel me? And that's what I love. So that's what I value. And
I think that go in life. That make you value family more though, because
right
when you going through life, you trying to find self, and everything you do ain't always positive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you double back, you see your family still there for the good or bad. That's something you kind of realize, like, damn, they ain't judging.
Right.
This is who I need to be with.
Right. Just need people I need to be around.
Yeah, I agree for sure.
Did you guys growing up, did you gain your values? Did you have like one person that you gained most of your values from, or was it a group of people, or was it a place, or was it a place that you might have lived one time, or something that you or just one thing that you gained most of your values from, or did you pick it from pieces and pieces and people and places that you've been to and people that you've met over the years and stuff like that?
For me, I think I did piece by piece.
Yeah,
I did piece by piece, man. Because you could find that throughout many different things in life.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I didn't have one person really for everything, but I have multiple people
right,
for different things.
yeah, hell yeah. What about you, Dave?
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, mom's was family oriented, so we going from cousin house to auntie house to uncle house, just chilling,
Yeah,
So you get a piece of everything from everywhere.
man. Yeah, I can say that most of not all my values have come from like my family and stuff like that. Like my dad specifically, for sure. I'm probably like I am my dad. Really, I'm personality wise, I'm a lot like my mom, but everything else is like my dad. You know what I'm saying? And as a man, he was the perfect, or he is the perfect example that I could have imagined as a man who's gonna stay there and be there for his family and things like that. And I've always appreciated that. And not many niggas have, or not many people have that.
I like that.
So you feel me? Like, and you know, it's I think that me growing up was of a huge blessing, like a huge blessing, because I'm able to bless certain other people also too, based off the little slight advantages I might have based on the relationships and the resources and family that I have and things like that. You know, my family average as fuck, like we average as hell, like, you know what I'm saying, like, but we stick together, and because my parents and my family had stick together, and not even just my parents, just like, you know, my other family and stuff like that, their family and things that but for the most part, we all kind of stick together and all right, and I think that has built us into stronger people, and I think that's built, it's set like a different type of standard for the relationships that I even put myself in now too, like when I'm dealing with women like that, I think that women see that within myself, like they see that they kind of have to come to that they have to come. I hate using the term "come to the table" with things, but like that they have to come to me with a different level and a different standard that they have to uphold for themselves that they might not have had to do with other dudes. Like they can just, you know, throw it, you know what I'm saying, and just be, yeah, you feel me. But with me, I'm like, I've seen it. I've literally seen an example of how two people can make a healthy relationship work for years, 30 plus years. So it's like, I've seen the example. I'm not saying it's the perfect example, but it's a base.
You ain't looking for your mom.
You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's a base formula on how my parents treat each other and how they, you know what I'm saying, how they've taught me to treat each other, and how, and by using those skills, I've been able to have some pretty healthy relationships.
Insight.
You know what I'm saying? Like not every relationship worked in my life, but I was able to at least keep it going longer than most people. At least I would say, you know, a couple years, you know what I'm saying, instead of doing the dating, one girl 6 months, one girl 7 months, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've dated around and shit like that, but, and even the relationship that I am now, like, I feel like the girl that I'm with right now is almost more of a partner for me. And so it's good that now, instead of I'm just trying things, it's more like I have a partner who also believes in these same values that my parents have set, whether or not she's seen them or not. You know what I'm saying? So at least she believes in them and understands them, and it doesn't make her uncomfortable, because I've dealt with that too, where my family, how close my family is, has made other people uncomfortable because they haven't dealt with that before, experienced that. But yeah, it's my family is a huge blessing, and I get, because they bless me so much, I get to bless other people, and one day I'll be able to bless them, you know, back tenfold. You know what I'm saying? One of these days. You guys have you guys both got families, you know what I'm saying? You got kids. How many kids you have?
2 boys.
2 boys. Okay. 2 boys. How old your boys?
One's about to be 12 in June. The other one just turned 3 last month.
Okay. But do you have any kids, DK?
Nah,
No.
not yet.
Okay. Yeah, no, I ain't got no kids yet. Yeah, I want some though. I think I want a boy first and then a girl. That's what I want.
Need that protector.
You know what I'm saying? I want, you know, some people, you know, some dudes don't want girls. I want girls.
Me too.
I want a girl.
Me too.
But I just don't want her first.
Yeah.
I want to be able to you know,
Go hard.
go hard with Lil Bruh, and at least have, you know, have him have in the way I see it is like have an understanding between me and him, because I don't care what nobody say. It's different raising girls and boys. Like my sister, my older sister, I'm the youngest, but just me and my sister, but she's older than me. But she was raised totally not totally different, but there was a lot of things that that I could do that my sister couldn't, because she was a girl. She couldn't just be by herself or go places at certain times or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it would just be better to have a boy first, so I can have that other setup and like second pair of eyes. Because even me, as I'm like, I was very protective over my sister, but she was also my older sister. And in my mind, for a long time, I was like, she can just do whatever she wants. She's my older sister. Like, I'm not gonna tell her no type shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
You can be a little softer towards it,
yeah,
no matter what.
yeah. You feel me?
Shit, I would like a daughter eventually, but like you said, that's gonna turn into a little softer. You feel like you
Yeah, no, that's
might start painting nails. You know?
I was just talking to my brother today. And I was talking to DayDay today about like just we be having to, or maybe today or yesterday, but we have to imagine the girls that we deal with, like the females that we deal with, not as just a woman, but someone's daughter.
No, straight up.
Because when you look at them as someone's daughter, then you look at them totally different. You know what I'm saying? Because I even work with kids. Like the job I have right now is my first time working with kids, and it's hella fulfilling. Like it's the first job I've had where it makes me just feel good after work. Trust me, it can be a headache working with these kids sometimes, but
Don't feel like a job.
yeah, but it don't feel like a job. You know what I'm saying? But so I go, and you have to remember that they're little girls and little boys who are so innocent. I work with first grade through sixth grade.
Okay.
So like they're so innocent, and
It's like my son age, my 11-year-old.
yeah, I probably would like be working with your kid, and so, you know, if I was working at their school. I'm a coach, so I play with the kids
important
at recess. For real, they need like an important adult, like a figure, and especially these boys, like especially these little boys. And I see how these little boys interact with these girls and shit like that. I'd be like, bro,
early.
I'd be like, oh my gosh, oh man, but kids don't know what they doing sometimes. Kids are literally, everything is like learned behavior, and you see, monkey do. You know what I'm saying? So I seeing stuff sometimes. I see at school. I be like, what is going on now? You know what I'm saying? But it's none of my business. But yeah, I would love a girl, and I know that I also, before I was even gonna get off of that, was I see how the relationship is between my dad and my sister, like their relationship, the daughter to father relationship,
A lot of love,
cold, like that. They road dogs. Like me and my mom is kind of the same thing, and then my dad and my sister are road dogs for sure. Like they was, and me and my dad obviously, like, you feel me, we strong bond. Yeah, she 2 years older than me. Yeah, but they road dogs. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to ask to not change the subject, but I wanted to ask, did you guys what was you guys like? If you could remember your first dream, what is it? Like your first dream, whether you wanted to be the Red Ranger or Superman.
I got mine.
I'll
never forget mine. My first dream was I wanted to be an architect.
An architect. Oh God, you finna be designing buildings and structures.
Yeah, just
and
building
shit.
and creating, designing. Man, I've always wanted to just create. I knew I was a creator early on.
For real. Oh God, like you, definitely are a creator.
That's what we are.
Definitely are a creator. What about you, brother?
I think the first thing I really dreamed about for real was being a firefighter, bro.
Firefighter.
I don't know why.
Okay.
Everything from the trucks to lights. As a kid, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then
saving lives, for real.
I guess so.
Fighting fires too, though.
Yeah.
Nah, for wrong God. Fight lights.
I used to like fire. I was a little pyro. So
yeah, if I was in another lifetime, I always say in another lifetime, if I was to pick another profession, I would be a firefighter for sure. That would be dope. Yeah, I think my first dream was to go to the Olympics for track and field.
That's tight too.
Track and field. That was my first dream.
Yeah,
I was a track runner. That was
medallions.
Boy,
Medallions.
boy, you know what I'm saying? That was my first dream. You know what I mean? But even like going back to the whole thing about relationships, you know, I remember, you know, my dad, he play a lot sometimes. But I remember asking my dad what his first dream was or whatever, and he'll always play. But like I know he isn't playing, but he'll always play. And he always say that like his biggest dream was to have us, like me and my sister and my I'd be like wow, cause I'm very like ambitious with doing a lot of things, and I want to do a lot of things and stuff like that. So I got curious one day. I was like, Dad, do you know what I'm saying? Do you what You feel me? Like, what is there something that you want to do? What did you want to be? I knew you ran track and field, and that's how I started running track and field. My dad was hella good, went to Olympic trials and stuff like that, doing things. But he was hella fast. I could never live up to how fast that nigga was. But
Ran out here in Cali.
yeah, L.A. He was from Gardena in L.A. But I asked him, bro. I was like, what did you want to be? You know what I'm saying? But I also knew he was like good with animals when he was younger and stuff like that too. But he was just like, bro, I don't know. Like he was just like, bro, I never really had one thing that I just was so super ambitious about. But I know I wanted a family. Like I know I wanted to have one, a wife and kids and stuff like that, and give my son the attention that I didn't get sometimes and things like that. You feel me? But there was
How old you think he was when you asked him that?
When I asked him that,
How old you?
how old was I? Right, this was last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, like he's played through the years, but saying that like he's. If I asked my dad, like I probably asked him a couple of times when I was younger, maybe like high school or something like that. That was the first time I asked him. He was like, and I was like, oh, when he's told me that like his dream was to have me and Bree and shit. I was like, oh, then I'm like, oh, that was so nice. He was being so nice, but he's not really telling me. You know what I'm saying? But now I believe him.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, because some people's dream, like bruh, there are some people in life whose dream is to just have a simple life. Just have to have a family, to people around them that they could have and to hold and to share their experiences with and to
keep them going,
bro. Right, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying a reason, you know what I'm saying? Reason to do things.
Every day.
Yeah, and I applaud that, and I can't say I respect my father so much for just even that because and I had to look at myself. I was like, damn, I'm super ambitious and stuff, so it made me look at my life, and I was like, damn, am I living my life too much? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, am I living too much for myself? You know what I mean? Like, I'm supposed to be right. He's, in a way, as men and as people, we're supposed to be the next version. You know what I'm saying? The better. You know what I'm saying? Not better, but like, more improved. All around more improved. Is different from his father, and he's improved in ways from then, and I'm supposed to do that also, right? If I'm his son, and I had to think of that. So I was like, if I'm supposed to improve and to be one up, the next best version of the Torrance, iteration. You know what I'm saying? Legacy. What am I doing? What am I really doing with it? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I really? Who am I doing this for real? You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I doing this for real? Who is it for? Is it for myself, for real? Like, do I really want this? Do I really want some certain things? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but you feel me? So I was like, yeah, that's crazy. And so, but I had made me think about that, like about dreams and stuff like that. I want to ask you guys something though. Again, we're reaching the end of this, but I want to ask you guys. We're gonna play a game essentially. It's gonna be finish the sentence, or repeat after me. Whatever. Finish that. I'm gonna say a statement, and then you're gonna finish that statement, right? So the statement, the first sentence or the first statement is black men need, and you fill it in. You guys take turns doing it. Say DayDay, you can start saying black men need anything. What do you need? Or you can have if you have a list, you can do a list of things or whatever. Or the first thing that comes to your mind. What do you think black men in America need?
We need. I don't think it boils down to one thing, but a little love, a little courage, a little discipline.
Mm-hmm.
I think a little bit of all three of those would be all right.
Yes, the love and the discipline for sure.
A lot of courage too.
Courage, yeah, courage.
The thing is, you just don't win all the time. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta have the courage to go again.
Yeah.
You need that courage.
Facts, because it like and first of all, just because you're afraid doesn't mean you don't just have to be afraid. And having courage doesn't mean the absence of fear. So you can still go out, you're finna do something and not and know that you're still afraid. You're still scared. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay to do that. Just to know that,
fear is gas. It's gasoline.
For real. It's energy that you just need to channel. Yeah. What about you, brother?
I say, man, we need more self-education.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely more love.
Yes.
And definitely get in tune with our true identity
Mm-hmm.
instead of trying to be somebody else's.
Who we really are. So instead of being somebody else's definition of what a man is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What's your definition of what a man is? What is being a man to you? What does that really mean? You know what I'm saying? Who are the men that in your life? Really, I just real shit. Like look at your life and ask yourself, who are the men in your life? You feel me? And would you let your son, would you let these niggas raise your child? For real. To the men in your life, you know? Women do that to the women in their life also, you know? It's like we have to surround ourselves with men who we see as people we can gain value from and give love to. And man, we have to embrace each other more as men and as brothers too. And we have to give more love too, because the thing I was gonna say was love also. That was the main thing that I was gonna say was black men need love, because they want us to talk about our hate, and they want us to talk about this thing, all the things that they want us to talk about all the things that kill us and all the things that we have to survive from, instead of actually talking about the things that fuel us. And what fuels us is love for our right. You feel me? And that's what we have to do.
To add to that though, not just love though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Self love though.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I'm glad that you said that. Yeah.
That's period. That's number one thing that we need to make sure we understand, is that it's okay to love ourselves and to understand how to love ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Can't love anybody else until we love ourselves first.
Right. For real, man.
Dangerous.
It can be real dangerous. You can start loving the wrong person.
And they don't love you.
Yeah, and they don't love you. Because you don't know what it looks like to look in the mirror, to love yourself, and to look in the mirror and see who you are for your flaws and stuff like that. Like, you won't be able to see the flaws in anybody else if you can't pick out the ones that you have. Or accept them.
Or accept them.
Right. And you nowadays people say they ain't settling for this, that, and the third and shit like that. But bro, you crazy, bro. There are some. No one's perfect. There are some things that you're gonna have to settle for, and there are some things that you're going to, like, when dealing with relationships. If we're saying, like, there's some different flaws in people that you're going to have to accept if they're gonna be around you. And then if you don't like them, don't like the flaws that somebody has, or if you just truly just can't get with it, bro, and they're still around you, that's your fault for keeping these people around you, or not telling these people how you feel about it, because there's a lot of, I'm sure we all have people and loved ones that we love who act a certain way. We just be like, bro, why you act this way? And I don't like when you act this way, but you ain't said nothing, because everybody else probably feel the same way about this nigga you do, but you the nigga that he run with. So they might think the same about you, but, you know, and he might not. A lot of people can't see how they are sometimes. A lot of people, we can look in the mirror and really evaluate ourselves, but we ain't always looking in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? We can't always see who we are and what we doing to people and how we make people feel. Shit, it's almost like how you just told me I had something on my little chip on my wipe that, bro. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? I just had a little, you feel me, crumb on my mouth. He told me to wipe my, same thing. Like, you gonna let your partner go around with boogers in his nose all up in the extra? We finna go out. He got shit all on his mouth and shit like that, bro. You nasty, coming out nasty. This nigga ate a bag of Doritos, chips, the ranch. You feel me? He got shit on his mouth, eating popcorn and shit like that. You gonna let this nigga walk around in the club, get at bitches, all the extra shit with shit all on his face. You was not a good friend, nigga. You was not.
Real, though.
You feel me? That's the same thing. The same thing with traits and characteristics, though. You know what I'm saying? And habits. There are certain habits and shit like that. Like, you feel me? Right. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro. Okay. What about the next? I'm gonna do it again. Black men don't need
to be following the next man.
Mm-hmm. Again, that goes back to being their own man and knowing who they are as a person. What about you, DayDay?
Black men don't need.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we don't need to be separated.
Yeah. Okay, I like that.
Why? Because we all got different, like you said, techniques and traits
Mm-hmm.
that we can't see in ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
the only way you can see is bouncing off somebody else.
Right. Right, and we have to stick together, bro, because we're stronger together.
I agree. Community.
Yes, community, and that's what because I was gonna say black and it's all around, bro. Truth is truth, regardless of where it is. Because I was gonna say that black men need family, and essentially family, community. That's what community is. Most communities is really just a family. You know what I'm saying? A village of people, everybody related, or everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it's about, having a family and shit like that. Um, and and for the most part, I can blame the way, they say the stigma that black people have on them is because there's not like it. If you notice, black people sometimes seem like we just hella unorganized, like because there's no structure within it. But there's no structure because there's most of people, most of our people have no structure, like don't grow up with any structure. So if someone doesn't grow up with any structure within their own home, how are they supposed to grow up and implement structure into the everyday life and implement the structure into what they do and shit like that, and who they are, and to become who they are, and to really look at themselves in the mirror and ask themselves who do they want to be.
They say that's why you can't tame zebras, because they don't know hierarchy.
You say that again?
You can't tame zebras because they don't know there's a hierarchy within themselves.
Okay. Oh, that I ain't never heard that. I ain't gonna cap. For real, shit. I can believe it though. Shit,
That makes sense.
That makes sense because shit, I don't even know if it's a horse or
Can't
a horse or
You
nothing.
can't ride a zebra.
Hell no, them motherfuckers gonna start tripping. They're gonna start kicking all the extra shit. Yeah, bro. So, but I do appreciate you guys even being in this space with me, bro. Like it's really good. No, for sure, bro.
Appreciate that.
No, man, it's just I want to do more of this and stuff like that, and I'm gonna do more of this and things. Like I'm gathering a lot of episodes and stuff like that, to try to put things out and shit. So we, both of y'all, and I'm not gonna speak on my things I'm doing like that outside of this right now, but you guys both know what I kind of got going plan and stuff. So we have to really plan these things out and stuff. But I'm definitely gonna keep this going. I definitely feel like this is a platform that people are going to look at and respect and feel from a deeper level and a deeper level of conversation. And I think that at some point people are gonna come across like this episode and all the other episodes and be like, bro, that was cool. And especially for community that we live in Sacramento and shit, we need something, bro. I want to be like a neutral place for people. I want to be a place where everybody can come fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that extra politics shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to be that place, a safe zone for people to come in to spill out their soul. You know what I'm saying? To describe and to feel the seldom observed and understood for real. To really feel within their soul. Like both of y'all my soul. I'll address both of you guys as my soul. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I appreciate y'all. We finna get up out of here. I appreciate City Sound for the episode. You know what I mean? I hope that it's, what I'm saying, it's a good one. You know what I'm saying? I hope that they, this brings a lot more business and traction to y'all. You feel me?